Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be going through our 1-0 defeat to Sheffield United on Sunday. Pretty poor performance for us, and yeah, I'll just be going through that. I'm going to start off with obviously Sheffield United. They actually played really well. A lot of people can say that Palace didn't play very well, so Sheffield United won, all that sort of stuff. But they showed up. It was their first home game back in the Premier League for 12 years. We all knew, I think all the fans knew coming up to the game, obviously they were going to be up for it. The fans were up for it. They had more passion than us, more fight, and they just that extra few gears above us. I just don't know really what Palace players sort of thought, going up to the week leading up to the game. What they thought Sheffield United were going to do. I knew it was going to be hard games. I knew they would come out, and we just didn't seem to be prepared for anything at all. We showed complete opposite. We showed no passion, no fight, and I think we were a bit complacent as well. I think we just turned up, we don't need to play at all to win. We don't really need to put that much effort in. We're just going to win it, that sort of stuff. But yeah, full credit to Sheffield United. They played very well, got their goal, and they defended very well. So yeah, they remind me a bit of Huddersfield when they first came up. They're not the greatest squad in the Premier League. Their players, if you look at it, you would say it is a Championship squad. But at the end of the day, they work hard for each other. They play for the badge. They got, if you went say, look lads, we need to sit behind the ball, we need to get a draw today, they'd be able to do it because their players have got that. So I think, it'd be difficult for them to stay up, I think, even though they have beat us. But I think, putting performances like that against sort of lesser bottom half teams, they will definitely have a chance of staying up. On to us now. Here's the part of the video, that I'm going to be angry about, but, let's go. So I'll start off really with what was the game plan, really. Don't really know what Hodgson set us up for. I mean, he said in his post-match interview that he wanted us to sit back and sort of take on, sort of just let Sheffield United come at us and hit us in a counter-attack. Okay, I know we've been good at that in the past few years, but why are we playing like that against Sheffield United? We should have taken the game to them and showed them, look, this is the Premier League, there's no easy game, go right at them. We had Zaha back, we had Townsend there, Benteke. We should have just gone for it. Why not get a goal and then we do that? Instead, we're sitting back, just letting them go on it, and then we're just playing awful. Like we're trying to play out from the back, and Goeta's just dawdling with the ball. There's a crap pass out to Van Aanholt, who plays it inside. Dan takes too many touches and it just goes long. Pointless ball, and Benteke, he might win the header. He didn't win all of his headers at the weekend, but he might win the header, flick it on, and there's no one there. And that was just a pattern, it seemed for me. In terms of Benteke, which I'll go on to now, I mean, a lot of fans were going on at him during the game. Like, a lot of people around me were like, oh, you're useless, get off the pitch, all that sort of stuff. But I can sort of sympathise with him during that game. There wasn't that much service for him at all. I mean, okay, he should have put his chance away he had in the first half, and he could have put a bit more effort. Obviously, that's the one sort of thing that annoys me about Benteke. But he does need to try a bit harder. But I think when all the long balls coming up to you and there's no runners behind or no one to sort of chest it down and pass it back to, what has he got to do? There's no service at all for him. We need to play to his strengths, which obviously if we're going to do the long ball, we need to make sure there's runners behind him, or make sure there's a player there ready to receive it if he wants to header it down. And if we're going to play like the passing game and go on the wings and cross it in, do that, because he's over 6 foot. Get the ball in. He's a menace in the air. When he first came to Palace, he scored quite a few headed goals, that sort of thing. So why not play to his strengths? We're not playing to his strengths in the way that we can. It's all good booing up the ball, booing up the pitch to him, but if there's no runners there for him, then what's the point? You may as well just be kicking it out of play every time you do that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of improvement to go on. It's 2 games in, but already there's warning signs that this season is going to be a long season for us. In terms of the sort of team, he obviously brought Zaha back in after him being a sub against Everton. Obviously he is our best player, so yeah, he needs to come in. But obviously, I feel like with Jordan Ayew, like he did play quite well against Everton, and he looked quite good. And obviously, the Palace fans voted him as man of the match in the game against Everton. I thought he should have maybe played. I think maybe again going back to sort of the Benteke point, maybe I think Benteke needs that support with him, like two up top, for instance. I feel a lot of our sort of passing across the midfield was too sideways, and back. So I think maybe if we had that too, again going back to the flick-ons with Benteke, maybe if there's Ayew or Wickham, for instance, running there, then that's where we're going to get our joy. I'd be interested to see what the team is against Man United. I mean, I'm not expecting too much against them. Obviously, I'm hoping for a better performance than the Sheffield United game, but it is going to be a hard game. Old Trafford, against Wan-Bissaka again, a quick sort of turnaround for him, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully a better performance against Man United, and then we go into Colchester, and then we got Aston Villa at home. So a lot of games we've got to put right there. On to the again another topic, that is Wilfried Zaha. So obviously he came back in after being on the bench against Everton. I thought he wasn't that great, to be fair. He knows that he's going to have players on him. That's ever since he's started putting in performance that's made him linked with these top clubs. He's always going to have players on him. They put 3 on him, Sheffield United, and you just saw him go out of the game. Literally, this is where he needs to improve, and this is why I don't think he's going to move to a top club yet. I think he's going to, if he wants to get that move, he needs to, when he has got the 3 players on him, that's where he needs to show he can still be in the game. You see Mo Salah in Liverpool, he gets 2-3 players on him, yet he's still in the game. He still gets a 7-8 out of 10 each week. Whereas Wolf, when he's got 3 players on him and they're always on him, tackling him, getting tight, getting in his head as they always do, that's where he needs to step up and go, look, I'm the best player in this team, here we go, and that's what he needs to improve on. Also, obviously he got frustrated, but he comes over to the fans at the end. I got up at 6 in the morning, to start off my trip to Sheffield, and most of the other fans probably did as well. And they're flipping. He comes over, tells us to keep our chins up and calm down. I'm sorry, but you don't do that after a crappy performance like that. And actually, a few fans around me told him to just go away. It's F off, all that sort of stuff, and told him to just leave the club. That's what he's got to deal with at the moment, because obviously the fans are like, well, you wanted to move, you don't want to play for us. So he's got to put in the performances to repair the situation sort of with the fans. But obviously that comes over with time, and we'll see what happens with that. If he's still here in January, personally I don't think he will be, but that's where hopefully the Parish, Hodgson, all them sort of lot are working to get targets in. Knowing them, they probably aren't, but hopefully they are. But we'll see come January with that. I wanted to go in as well to potential red card for Sheffield United. I don't want to use it as an excuse, but I feel with all this VAR in at the moment, surely they got to look at that. Basically, the situation was it was near where the Palace fans were seated, so they were time wasting. So 1-0 up, fair enough. Everyone does that. Just wish the refs would keep on top of it a bit more. But basically, the ball was literally say that much next to him. He just stood there, didn't get the ball. So Van Aanholt picked up. He threw it at his dick, basically, and he sort of laughed about it, carried on. But you could see it got in his head. Then he threw it, lost the ball, and he does runs his studs down the back of McCarthy's Achilles. McCarthy's just come back from an injury. He's going to react. And that's what he did, and he sort of got into a little bit of a melee in the corner next to the Palace fans. But I personally think that should have been a red. That was a pretty bad challenge, especially when the player's just come back from I think it was an ACL injury McCarthy had. So that's a bad challenge, when you first game back and all that. But he got a yellow. McCarthy got a yellow as well for his reaction, which I think was a bit harsh. But yeah, I think he should have been sent off basically. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. You know, it wasn't the best performance. But you know, we carry on. We go again, as they always say on their Instagrams. But yeah, it's got to be a better performance. I mean, going into Colchester, Man United in the league. Then we got Colchester in the cup. Hopefully we see a few of the fringe players play. I'd like to see Connor Wickham get some minutes, because I feel he could be, because before he got injured a few seasons ago, he was forming quite a good partnership with Benteke. I feel he just needs to get the minutes in to, you know, step up that fitness, get that, you know, games and shit back again. I think hopefully play the full game against Colchester on next Tuesday, and then hopefully that pushes him on to get some Premier League starts, things like that. But you know, it's going to be a long season, especially if you don't invest in the squad. I can see, I think we've got enough to stay up. I mean, I think a few teams are worse than us in terms of the players they got, but it's just going to be that, you know, when we do invest and the quality of the players we bring in is going to sort of shape our season as well. But you know, overall it was a very poor match on Sunday, you know, live on telly, so that's great, you know, represent Palace even more, you know. But yeah, overall it was very poor. And you know, we've got to improve on Saturday. Even if we lose, against Man United Saturday, I just want to see an improved performance from us. More passion, more fight, a bit more of effort, more flair up front, a bit more effort from Zaha. Work to Benteke's strengths if he plays, you know. And I want to see Ayew back in, basically. 'Cause I think even though he's not the greatest, you know, in terms of sort of quality, he is always going to work hard. That's the thing, and that's all we ask. That's all we ask as Palace fans. You know, work hard, play for the badge. You know, put the effort in. If you know we're getting mullered, you know, stand up and be counted. You know, don't let your head drop and play. You know, that's the thing. Last thing as well, I wanted to talk about our substitutions. So basically, so I might need to look down for this one because I can't remember them off the top of my head. But basically, we had Meyer come off, we had Townsend and McCarthy come off. So we had Slip on for Meyer, we had McCarthy on for Townsend, and Wickham came on the last few minutes of McArthur. Sort of strange substitutions there. I would have liked to see Koyate come on, maybe instead of Slip, because I feel Slip didn't really do that much when he came on. I think it sort of messed up with his formation a bit. I know Meyer didn't really play that well, but I think maybe Koyate came on, he's got a bit more energy, drive. You know, he could have pushed us forward a bit more, maybe caused Sheffield United a bit more problems. We'd like to see Ayew come on instead of Wickham, because, you know, Ayew obviously would have wanted a point to prove of being left on the bench. But obviously he's trying to give Wickham minutes, he tried to give McCarthy minutes, that's why he came on. But it just shows, I think, how short we are at the moment, because I think the quality on the bench isn't great. I mean, you look at sort of other squads that are around us and they have got the stronger benches than us. So that's where, again, as I mentioned in this video, we need the investment in January. So anyway, I think that's all we got time for today. So obviously next match, Man United away. I'm not going to that one. I am actually away in Madeira at the weekend, so I might do a video if we can get to a bar and watch it. If not, then the next video will be Colchester in the League Cup. So as I said, hoping fringe players playing there. Obviously, hopefully we're going to beat Colchester, but you never know in the Cup, as they say. And hopefully want to see Wickham play, get some more minutes in, a few of the fringe players, maybe a few young players, see if we're ready to step up. And then obviously we've got Aston Villa at home, which is a big one, because they're going to be sort of around where we are. It's going to be a tough game, obviously, because they spent over 100 million, and even though they've lost their first 2 games, they do look quite a good team. Like, the signings they have made are good quality. But we'll see. You know, hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't get absolutely destroyed by Man United on Saturday. And yeah, we go again, as they say. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Put any comments down if you are a Palace fan and watching it. If you did go, what you thought. If you watched on Sky as well, what you thought of the game, any improvements you'd make, what you think of like Hodgson so far. And yeah, so next video, I will see you then. Goodbye.